Good morning, Knicks Nation. I hope you're enjoying the official New Year holiday today. For me, I go back to work tomorrow. My dad, Pops fell yesterday morning, and I was at the hospital all day, me and my wife. They ran all kind of tests and they came back negative. So they wanted to keep him overnight for observation. I'm getting ready to go there when I leave here from hanging out with y'all, and then come back later, of course, and watch the game. And so your prayers are appreciated for my pops. Blessings also upon those that work in the healthcare field and the first responders who, like came to my father yesterday, are out here every day trying to save lives. Blessings also upon those that pick up garbage for us to keep streets and sidewalks and highways and buildings clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover the victims, the teenagers and children who are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia, the victims also of pornography and child pornography, the victims also of human trafficking and sex slavery, the victims of prostitution and child prostitution. Double curses on the perpetrators, double curses on the profiteers and on the perverts that create this heinous and disgusting and human destroying industry. Finally, blessing upon the homeless. There are nearly 600,000 men, women, and children, and they're mostly children that are out on the streets, living on the streets in the United States right now. These children eventually grow up and become adults, and how they are growing up affects how kind of adults they are. And so, blessings upon them. And there are millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So there's a basketball game scheduled for today. The New York Knicks will be taking on the Phoenix Suns at Madison Square Garden. Yes, and Happy New Year to all of you. King Ribby, Justin Moore, Woody Woodpecker, Jose Vasquez. Happy New Year to all of you. Blessings all you. Hopefully, good morning, Gerard, to Charlotte. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed your weekend. That's another reason I'm doing this morning. And tomorrow the grind gets back again, and I'm going to be busy, because once you come back, I don't know about y'all, but once we're off a few days and we come back, the work is piled up and you got stuff to do. And so we're going to be hitting the ground running tomorrow. And so I just want to enjoy this last day off, before we get back to it tomorrow. So I praise the Most High that I have a job, but it's going to be gangbusters starting tomorrow morning early. So I want to get this New Year's last little bit up. You know what I mean? Happy New Year to Mark Confessor. Happy New Year, Marion Davis. All of you, blessings upon you and Happy New Year. Good morning, Glenn, my brother, Glenn Costa. Good morning to you. Yes, so I just wanted to make sure, I wanted to get some little enjoyment with y'all today. And then, of course, with our New York Knicks playing tomorrow before we get back to the grind, especially with my dad falling and being in the hospital with him yesterday. So, all right. So the Knicks are playing Phoenix today. This is going to be a tough game. And I'm going to tell you why it's going to be a tough game. Number one, the Knicks are better on the road than they are at home this year. The Knicks are one of the best road teams in the NBA. I mean, period. They are. They're just better. They're just one of the best road teams in the NBA. Until this recent trip, they had won 6 straight on the road. Okay, so. And then you recall they had a losing streak earlier, and then they went on the road for a bunch of games and came out of the road trip something like 3-2. So they're much better on the road than they are at home. I don't know why it is, but it is, right? So Happy New Year, Frank Sound, my brother. Hello, MBIC in New York, Knicks City and Squad. Allah wise. Blessings, shalom. And so, Superstar, my brother, welcome. So yes, they've been really not that good at home, the Knicks, as opposed to the road. So today's in Madison Square Garden. Generally, the Knicks play pretty well on there's a couple of annual games that the Knicks play well, and they usually play well on Martin Luther King, not always, but they do usually. They usually play well on matinee games on Monday. They usually do, and this is one of those. Or New Year's Day matinee game. Generally, they play well on Christmas, although this year wasn't so great. And then But then there's games they play bad on. They don't usually play good on Friday night Knicks. They don't usually play good on Saturday matinees. Saturday night, depends. That could happen. But Saturday matinees, they really not that good usually. And so this game is a Monday matinee game. They're usually pretty good here, but they're going to have to be against this Phoenix team. So now Phoenix is going to be without some very important pieces today. So they're missing right now. Let's see. They're missing Cameron Johnson, who is now, because of what he did to us last year, a certified Knick killer, right? We know him, and he got all up in Randle's head last year, and that negated a monster game that we had gotten from Mitch Robb. But anyway, so they're going to be missing him, and he's a big one. They're going to be missing Devin Booker, so he's out. But they got Chris Paul still. Chris Paul is big time in Madison Square Garden. He's big time in Madison Square Garden. They got Cameron Payne back. They got Larry Shamet back. Both of those are probable. So if you look at their team, first, let me tell y'all something, okay, real quick. Stop listening to media rumors. Unless you're just into NBA 2K and fantasy in general, it's going to drive you all crazy. Stop doing it. Stop listening to media rumors. Okay? They're built to be clickbait. They're built to cause you and I to be negative on our own team. Stop listening to media rumors. Stop. Don't pay them no mind unless they come from 3 certifiable, reliable sources. Stop listening to them. Stop asking. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't even want to talk about these trade rumors. It's not worth my time. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your time. Okay? Let's just focus on our team. Forget these rumors. Unless it's Ian Begley, Shams, or Wojnarowski, it don't mean crap. I don't care. Somebody said, well, this guy used to write for Forbes. And I told him, I said, Forbes is full of crap too. That's BS too, that whole Capitals too. So he wrote for Forbes. That just means he's still BSing you. Stop listening to rumors. And some of y'all don't understand because you start to listen to these rumors. You start to talk about, you have big conversations about these rumors. And then you start acting like the Knicks are doing this. When it's some writer that ain't got no life doing it. It ain't the Knicks. The Knicks ain't talking these rumors. And let me tell you something else. Let's say you work for the Knicks organization in a minor capacity. Like you're not a GM, you're not a front office person, you're not on the coaching staff. Or maybe you are. Maybe you're a scout and they send you out to Russia to scout, whatever. But you're not a major player, but you work for the Knicks. You work for MSG. You could call anybody and tell them, I heard X, Y, and Z. And it'll be on the front page tomorrow. It'll be on the front page. You could be the street. You could be sweeping the office. You could be cleaning office. I saw a memo today, and Dolan was talking about firing Tip. It'll be on the front page tomorrow. Okay, so stop listening to these rumors, and that's why when some of y'all email me rumors or email me draft trade stuff, I don't even respond. Y'all see, I don't respond because I don't care. It's a rumor. We got, and like I said, to me, the thing that bothers me the most about it is that some of y'all take it as if it came from Dolan's mouth or Leon Rose's mouth, and you start downing them for this rumor that you heard. Like, for example, we're still talking about a Donovan Mitchell trade that didn't happen, and we don't even know exactly what was offered and what wasn't offered. But you guys are attributing these rumors to the front office. You don't even know what happened. So I say, look, what you got to do in a scenario like that, what actually happened? The Knicks did not trade RJ Barrett. They did not trade Quentin Grimes. They did not go for Donovan Mitchell. That's what actually happened. That's what you got to go with. Not what coulda, woulda, shoulda. Not what you heard. What happened? They did not trade RJ Barrett. They re-signed Mitchell Robinson. Focus on what happened. Okay? Focus on that. And not the speculation that caused you to start questioning Thibodeau, start questioning Leon Rose, start questioning Dolan. And you don't even know what's going on. Okay? So, like I said, when Ian Begley starts reporting it, When Wojnarowski starts reporting it, when Shams starts reporting it, them the top dogs in the game. And so when they start saying something, facts. Okay? Other than that, forget it. Forget it. Okay? So I don't want to talk about nobody's trading Obi or all this other pile of cow crap that's coming out of some of these. Forget it. I don't even talk about it. Okay? Let's talk about the Knicks. What are they doing today? So as I said, they're not good at home. Okay? The Knicks have not been good this year at home. Okay? They've been better on the road. So them playing in the Garden today is not a good thing. Just being honest. Secondly, though, on the positive side, they do good on Monday matinees. Martin Luther King, New Year's Day, they do good on Monday matinees. Okay? They usually do. So that's a positive and a negative. But this is the thing that bothers me the most about today's game. Phoenix really has built their team perfectly to win a chip. And what do I mean by that? You got Devin Booker, okay? Now, he's not playing today, but just listen to me out. So we got Devin Booker, one of the best shooters. I think we can argue one of the top 4 shooters in the NBA right now. Can we say that? Devin Booker, one of the top 4 shooters in the NBA. Definitely as a 2 guard, you got to give him top 2, top 3 in the NBA at the 2 guard spot. So you got Devin Booker. And what did they do? They surround him with Chris Paul, all NBA defender. Mikal Bridges, all NBA defender. Torrey Craig, high-level defender. DeAndre Ayton, high-level defender. So what did they do? They surrounded Devin Booker with high-level defenders. That formula has been done before. Okay, that's how Larry Brown got Philly to the finals when Allen Iverson wasn't a good defender. Allen Iverson used to get a lot of steals because he was cheating. He was playing the passing lanes, wasn't guarding his man, but he had 4 all NBA level defenders around AI, and they went to the finals. And that's what happened with Phoenix. They perfectly built their team. Then they went and they got depth. They got Larry Shamet. They got Cameron Payne. They got Damian Lee. They got Josh Okogie. Josh Okogie was drafted by Tibbs in Minnesota for his defense. And you're going to see him play. So what happened now? That's one side. They're a high-level defensive team. But not only that. Look at their stats, man. Watch this. The 3-point percentage, okay? Damian Lee, who's getting a lot of minutes because of the injury to he's getting a lot of minutes now because of the injury to Devin Booker. He puts up 4 threes a game and shoots them at 49%. Cam Johnson's not playing, but he shoots at 43%. Torrey Craig is playing. He puts up 4 threes a game and shoots them at 41%. Mikal Bridges is playing. He puts up 5 threes a game and shoots them at 40%. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Larry Shamet, 39%, 5 threes a game. Cameron Payne, 5 threes a game, 39%. Chris Paul, 4 threes a game, 38%. These cats can shoot the 3. So what do you have? They are, and as far as the differential, I think they got 3.1. I ain't looking right now, but they got 3.1 differential. They're top 3 in the West as far as plus minus differential. They give up 112 points a game. They are a top flight defensive team. They are a team that has played together for a minute now, and they can shoot the rock. Okay, they put that team together excellently. Now the Knicks are doing that. They're building up to it. The Phoenix wasn't always. You wouldn't look if you looked 2 years ago. You wouldn't see those type of numbers with Phoenix. You wouldn't see those type of numbers all over the place like that. But now they're all used to the system. They're all used to each other. They got that continuity. Plus, you got high-level players like Chris Paul and Hall of Fame point guard. Plus, you got Devin Booker, a future Hall of Famer at the shooting guard. You get a defensive stopper in DeAndre Ayton. And then you get long arms, go gadget arms and defense with Mikal Bridges. And then you go late in the draft and get a Cameron Johnson. That's he's a 4-year college player, solid fundamentals, solid player, not a superstar, but as you know, he can get hot at any time like anybody in the NBA. So they got a solid shooter, a solid team. Okay. And we look at the Knicks. The Knicks are also giving up 112 points a game. They have a positive differential. I think it's like 2.4, something like that. They are actually 5th in the East as far as differential. They are now tied for the 7th spot in the East right now. And Phoenix is actually tied for the 6th spot. Phoenix is only a half a game out of the 4th spot. Okay, so they're 20-17. The Knicks are 19-18. The Knicks win again today. Them and Phoenix will have the same record. So this is going to be a tough game. And the key for the Knicks today, they have to bring their perimeter defense today. Have to. Okay. Lewis Luck, thanks for the $5. They need to trade Cam at the deadline. He went from getting some burn to not getting minutes, even with injury. See if you can get a Laker first. Yeah, I mean, they're going to trade Cam Reddish. That's why he's not playing. He's not in anybody's doghouse. Like, he's not playing because they're going to trade him. Okay. And believe me, I think wherever they trade him, whoever's receiving Cam Reddish is receiving a lot of talent, and Cam is going to get his opportunity. And what I'm hoping for is that he makes the most of it. Some people don't want to receive the fact. This is facts. Let me give you some facts, brother. Look here. Every first round pick in the NBA, especially the lottery picks, they get 4 seasons to show what they have. Okay. They get 4 seasons. It's a guaranteed 4-year deal. You get to show what you have in 4 seasons. The teams will be very patient with you. They're gonna coddle you. They're gonna train you. They're gonna develop you over 4 seasons because they want to know what you have. Especially if they pick you in the top 10, they're definitely gonna do that. Okay, so that's why you see now. Part of the talent that you have to show, aside from the obvious talent that made you get drafted that high. Okay, you got to show that. You got to also show upside, and one of the greatest talents is availability. You have to show that you're available. Do you understand? Most of y'all don't get that part. In the first 4 seasons, it's critical. You must be available. Okay, you must be available. Okay, so Cam's issue is availability over his first 4. This is his 4th season. He has not been available. He's got all kinds of talent, has not been available. That's a problem. Some of y'all don't get that. It's a major problem. That's what also killed Frank Ntilikina. Availability. It's a major problem. Okay? That number 1. Number 2, when he does get time, Cam's the type of dude, and he's been like this since Duke. He's the type of dude that one day he'll play like, dang, he could do whatever he wants on the floor and there's nothing you could do about it. Like, that's the type of talent he played. Okay. Oh, Flitzy Fletch, we could talk about that, but I already told you, I admitted my issue on that. Yeah, I talk about availability, and I still want KP. Yes, I do, but we could talk about that. I ain't gonna get in with you there because you can't. Some of y'all don't understand the logic, so it's okay. Okay. Now, what I'm saying though is, Cam has not been available. He'll have games, and this is like I said, from his freshman year at Duke all the way to now. He'll have games where he is head and shoulders above anybody on the floor. You can see it. He's going to do what he wants, and you can't do anything about it. And then there's other games where he'll get you 2 points or 6 points, and you're like, "What happened to Cam? Like, where is he?" And so that's why he's in his 4th season at the end of the bench, because talent-wise, just if he played to his talent, he'd be the starting 2 guard right now. It wouldn't be Grimes. It'd be him. Because talent-wise, as great as Grimes is, Cam is better. Talent-wise. I'm just talking about pure basketball talent. Okay? But he's not as steady as Quentin is. Okay? He's not as consistent as Quentin is. Okay? He's not. Period. He's not. And Quentin not only plays with like Cam with tremendous footwork on head-to-head defense. Quentin knows IQ-wise how to handle himself defensively. Quentin's in his 2nd season. Cam is in his 4th season and still gets lost on defense. He's in his 4th year, y'all. This ain't his 2nd season. Okay? So when you're in your 4th season, the team that has your rights has to make a decision regarding you. And decision is this: are we going to extend this kid? And if we are, how much are we extending him for? What's his future with our organization? For Cam, that question is now, okay, we're not going to extend him, obviously. So, but he's still talented, and somebody can give him a chance, and he knows now he's playing for a contract. So he becomes a valuable trade piece. That's why he's not playing. Okay? They're seeing what, and let me tell you something. Somebody out there don't give him a chance because his talent just tells you he's only 23. You're going to give him a chance. He's just not going to get it on the Knicks because right now he's playing behind Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett. He's playing behind Emmanuel Quickly. Okay, he's playing behind all of these guys. Even Obi, when Obi plays the three, he's got a logjam right now. And don't let him draft anybody else or get another Atari Eason or somebody. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I mean. He's up against it right now. That's why I said before the season, he has to go off. He couldn't just play well in spurts. He's been doing that his whole career. He had to go off. I had to see 22 a game from him. I had to be seeing him shoot 4 or 5 from 3. Something like that we had to see on a consistent basis. And I said to him, to me, I'm using Benedict Mathurin as a bellwether for Cam. Benedict Mathurin's only a rookie, but I was using him as a bellwether for Cam because if I seen Benedict Mathurin do it and Cam got just as much talent, I'm saying Cam got to do that. Mathurin was coming off the bench from the beginning. He's been coming off the bench. Boy is balling so hard. Am I lying? Let me ask you, who would you take right now, Cam Reddish or Benedict Mathurin? Who would you take? If somebody said you can have one of these two players, you can have it. Which one? You're gonna pick one. Which one you take? Okay, it's not even close. It's not even close. You're taking Benedict Mathurin. Why? Because he's a rookie. He's coming off the bench, balling every night. Every night. I think he's averaging like 17, 18 a game. Okay, right. So that's the problem. So I'm expecting with the talent that Cam has, I'm expecting Benedict Mathurin performance, and I don't think I'm being unfair to say that. I don't think I'm being unfair. Do y'all think I'm being unfair? Should we expect Cameron Reddish to come with Benedict Mathurin type of production? Does he have the talent to do that? Come on. See? So some people, Cam needs to play. Some of y'all, man, I ain't got no more wine, no more cheese for your wine, man. Forget it. He's done. That's all I'm saying. He gonna get another chance. Like I said, I told you in the beginning of the year, he could be an all-star talent, or he could be Josh Jackson. Because to me, it was so many similarities with him and Josh Jackson. Because Josh Jackson was the same way coming out of Arizona, tremendously talented, and I thought he was, they drafted him 4th overall, and I thought that was worthy. I said that's a good draft right there because that kid could play. He had talent up the yin yang, upside, but he never fulfilled his potential. He wasn't available. He didn't learn the NBA game up here, and therefore he went from one team to another. Okay? And people keep giving him chances because he's in his 20s, and you just want to see that. You know how many times in the NBA that's happened, y'all? I mean, it's happened a lot. There's been a lot of guys like that, okay? So talented, you'd be like, we got to give him another chance. Maybe he's going to pop out. Because sometimes they do pop. They pop later sometimes, okay? Sometimes they do. So you keep giving kids chance. Well, Cam's going to get his chance. He's 23. Somebody going to give him a chance. He's going to be in a rotation somewhere. Let's see if he can stay healthy. I hope the best. I hope he does become an all-star. And I won't be saying Knicks should have kept him, shoulda, coulda, woulda. No, because this scenario, he's not working out here. He's just not. He's not working out here. Okay? So that's all. Ben McLemore. That's another one. Kevin Knox. There's been a lot of guys like that. I can go back to the 80s with dudes like that. I really could. Ray Williams. Michael Ray Richardson. There's a lot of dudes, man. For different reasons, they all had all NBA level talent and never fulfilled it. There's been a lot of dudes like that, man. Isaiah Ryder. There's been a lot of guys like that. Okay? There's been a lot of guys like that. And so for one reason or another, some of them don't pan out. Well, here we are with Cam Reddish. This kid, 6'8", long arms, athletic, smooth as butter, could do anything he wants on a basketball floor. We need him to show more. And well, he's not going to do it on the Knicks. He's going to be traded. That's why he's not playing. You got a very valuable talent on your bench that you have as a trade piece. You're trying to use that talent to lure somebody to take Evan Fournier. That's what it comes down to. You see, a year from now, they'll be able to trade Evan Fournier with no problem because he'll be on an expiring deal. But the Knicks want to trade him now and get him off the books so that this summer, now you between Fournier and Cam Reddish's contract, you're talking about $24 million in extra cap space, right? Then you add Derrick Rose's contract to that. Now you're talking about $38 million in cap space. That's the game, y'all. You got to understand how this works, okay? Because you got Cam is 6. Rose is 14. Both of those expiring. And then you got one more year, got $19 million from Fournier. So if you can package Cam and move Fournier and get back expiring money, you just created $38 million of cap space. And it doesn't matter how much cap the Knicks have otherwise. Believe me, they'll be able to use the $38 million. Okay? They can use it from that point. You understand? So that's all I'm saying to y'all. Stop whining about Cam. He's done, man. It's time to move on. Okay, that's why you see Evan Fournier, and I was even surprised to see Evan Fournier get on the floor before Cam. But that's when I realized what somebody had suggested to me, it was true. They're holding this brother to trade him. They don't want to take any risk at all with the most valuable trade piece they have, which is Cam Reddish. Okay, and so that's why they're going to wait and move him. All right, they're going to move him later. Now, so tonight this afternoon, the Knicks have to bring perimeter defense. I wouldn't be surprised if Deuce McBride started today because of that. But if IQ is definitely starting. Emmanuel Quickley is starting. The question is Brunson going to play or if Deuce is going to play in that starting role? Because Deuce is going to, when you have, again, the trio of Deuce, Mitch Rob, and Grimes, get you the perimeter defense you need. Okay, get you with Randle. Now we don't have RJ, but if you put a Quick out there, you could get that. Okay, you could at least get something. So, that's all I'm saying. And so, yes, I wouldn't be surprised. They have to beat perimeter defense. Now, this is important too. Mitch Rob. Hi, Nancy. Hey, Miss Stevenson. How you doing? How you doing, Nancy? Mitch Rob. Happy New Year, by the way. Mitch Rob will destroy. He will destroy DeAndre Ayton if the Knicks perimeter defense is tight. Let me say that again. And that's why I think it's important that Deuce McBride and Grimes play out there together. And Tibbs mentioned that combination. Some people are already, you got a lot of short-sighted Knicks fans. It shows me you have no idea what they're talking about. They have no idea about basketball. Some people look at street ball and you look at high school ball or even college ball, and you have that mentality when you're looking at the NBA. You cannot look at the NBA like that. It's a different league. It's on a multiple levels higher. Okay, so some people look at some cat playing in Europe or in China and say, we don't need to look at this guy. No, not necessarily. Okay, like a brother mentioned to me, Obi's brother Jacob. Okay, Obi's brother Jacob Toppin. Jacob Toppin, if he plays really good, he might be maybe a second round pick. He's not a first round pick. Okay, and I hope the Knicks could get him in the second round, or maybe even as a a free agent contract. He's not a first round talent. Some people say because he won MVP against Louisville, all of a sudden, he's great. No. Calm down. You got to look at this, as NBA level, okay? And like his brother, he's a late bloomer, so I think he's got more good basketball ahead of him to develop. But I don't see the same thing with Jacob as I saw with Obi. Okay, it's a little different, but that's why Obi got drafted where he was drafted. All right, but the Knicks have to come with the perimeter defense. If they do, this is the problem. This is what happened. If they don't come with perimeter defense, right, then you're going to get people penetrating into the lane. Mitch Rob's got to help. Julius, and this is really what this is coming down to, Julius Randle needs to bring his defensive A game today. And when I mean that, I need to see him sprinting down the floor. I don't want to see Torrey Craig beating him down the floor. I need him to sprint down the floor. I need him to rotate quickly. Okay, I need him to get rotation so that he has Mitch Rob's back. Peace, Mr. Royster. How you doing? Yeah. Mitch Rob is ready to do it, man. So if he's doing that, then Ayton's gonna have a long night. If he's not, and the Knicks perimeter defense, because Brunson is not the perimeter defender that Grimes and Deuce is. So if you're going to have them out there and they get penetration, Mitch Rob's going to have a long night because he's going to have to help out on their man and guard Ayton at the same time because, because Julius is not going to rotate. We need, so I need Julius Randle to come with his A game on defense. I already know Julius. Look, couple of things about Julius Randle. Let me just, I don't want y'all to think I'm hating on Julius because some of y'all do. This one dude, man, if I say anything negative about Julius Randle, homies all over me. Yeah, your hate is unbelievable. Oh my God. So look, Julius is Iron Man, dude. He's played 37 games. They've been 37 games, and he's played 37 games. His rookie year, I think it was his first game, or one of his early games in his rookie year, he broke his leg and it was out, for the rest of that season. So you didn't know, again, you get 4 years, right? But since that rookie season, Julius has been pretty much an indestructible dude, man, right? Always in the top of the league in minutes. I think he led the league in minutes since he's been on the Knicks. So he's been, to me, again, availability is extremely important. Got to say this about Julius. As far as availability, I think we can agree he's elite. As far as availability, Julius Randle's elite. Now, also, he's been putting up, obviously, monster numbers. Monster numbers. The cat is putting up, in my view, not only all-star numbers. To me, all-star is a given. He should be on the all-star team. We're not even desperate. I'm talking about all NBA. He's putting up all NBA type numbers. Okay, Julius Randle putting up all NBA numbers. If the Knicks could stay in the top 6, he should be first or second team all NBA. I mean, he could make third team, but I'm talking about first or second. Julius Randle got to be up there because he's putting up those type of ridiculous numbers. He really is. So, but I just need him to give us some defensive effort. We need him on a defensive effort. Okay. All right. We need him on defensive effort, period. End of story. All right. Now, as far as McBride, when are y'all going to stop being so short-sighted? Some of y'all I don't understand. Okay. So, and let me tell you, I mean, you guys know what he did in the G League. And so we say, well, that's the G League. It is. But he averaged 29. He could shoot the rock. He doesn't have that role on the Knicks right now. Okay. He's only in his second season. Why are y'all already writing him off offensively? What is wrong with some of y'all? Deuce McBride can shoot the rock. He's not shooting it now, but he's going to shoot it. Okay. He just needs to get a consistent role. He can't go from 37 minutes a game to 6. And then in his second season too. Okay. So some of y'all just extremely short-sighted. Extremely. And Deuce McBride is going to be a player. He's Marcus Smart. He's going to be a player in the NBA, a really good one. Okay. You think, let me put it this way. If you think Marcus Smart is good, then you're going to think Deuce McBride is good because they're the same guy. They're the same guy. Okay. So, that's all I got to say. And if some of y'all still don't understand that, I can't help you. I've been watching film of this kid from his freshman season at West Virginia all the way to now, and I've seen a lot of guys. Deuce McBride's a player. Okay, and that's why they wanted him. He's a player. Right now, he's on the floor because of his defense, because he plays for Tom Thibodeau, and it's important. He's got a high-level IQ. He's got a really high-level defensive IQ. Really offensively too. But right now he's going through a confidence problem. That's just how it is. Okay. People go, and look, we've seen it with RJ. We've seen it with Julius. I think you've seen it with every player. Every player gets that. There's a confidence issue right now, but he'll work through it. I'm not worried about it. It ain't the end of the world. But some of y'all, dude stink because he can't shoot. I mean, oh my God. And then you're not seeing how much he adds to the defense. He's Revis Island on defense. Anyway. Lewis Luck, thanks for the $5. Should the Knicks cash out on Randle now while his value is high? I would definitely explore it. Working Obi into that spot. Tom would lose it, though. It's not going to happen, though. And this is the thing. What I might want and what you might want in this scenario doesn't matter. What you have to look at is, what are the Knicks going to do? Okay, what you got to do. What are the Knicks going to do? What are they going to do? And I said in the beginning of the season, if they're winning, they're not going to trade Julius Randle this year. Did I say that, or did I said if they're winning? I said if the bottom falls out, all bets are off. Okay, but the bottom hasn't fallen out. They crossed New Year with a winning record for the first time in 12 years or 10 years, whatever it is. Okay, yeah, so that's they're not going to move Julius Randle. So we could, and again, that's just clickbait. Some of y'all like to get into discussions. If you like to do that, go ahead and do it. That's what you do. I don't like to waste my time on stuff I know is not happening. I try to be more real in that. It's not happening. Okay, the Knicks are not going to do it. Okay, the Knicks are not going to do it. Okay, it's just not. Because you also got to understand this. While Leon Rose, and he has said this in all of the public announcements he has made, while Leon Rose is invested in the youth, in the development of our youth, and you can see it now, Tom Thibodeau always wants to win now. And so you have a head coach, and let's not even discuss why he was hired. That's another argument. You can make that with your wife or whoever. But he's hired, and Tom wants to win now. Leon understands development. So what you have in this scenario is where you have two human beings that have to have a common, meeting of the minds. They have to have a meeting of the minds. Hey, Malik, my brother. Okay, they have to have a meeting of the minds. So you got to get a little bit for Tom, and you got to get a little bit for Leon. That's how this works. Okay, it's like a marriage. Okay, so you're going to get young players, which is what Leon did. So he drafted Obi, he drafted McBride, he drafted Grimes. He drafted, who am I missing? He drafted Emmanuel Quickly. He drafted Jericho Sims. He drafted Joku Bidas. Let's not forget about him. So you have all of these guys that he drafted, and then Tom wants to win now. So what did he do? In Tom's first year, he brings in a Reggie Bullock, a veteran. He brings in Alfred Payton, a veteran, okay, and he has the veterans in there. Then last year he brings in Evan Fournier and he brings in Kemba, because Tom wants to win now. And last year you had rookies, Grimes, McBride, these are rookies. Yes, second year IQ, second year Obi last year, and so you have all of these scenarios working together. So now this year, because now McBride's in his second season, he's still young, but he's in his second season, and then Grimes is in his second season, they have won Thibodeau's trust. So Thibodeau say, okay, I can go to war with these guys and try to win now. That's how, if you know Thibodeau, that's how he did, right? So he's like, I can go to war with these guys now and win now. Okay, that's what he wants to do. And he came in with the toolbox that already had an RJ Barrett in it, already had a Mitchell Robinson in it. Okay, that was the toolbox. So he started with that. And he's going to now move forward. And now you have in your rotation, Grimes, McBride, right? Quickly, Obi Toppin's in the rotation when he's healthy. Then, of course, you got your starters, RJ Barrett. You got your starter, Mitchell Robinson. These are all guys the Knicks drafted. And so you got the happy medium coming together. Tom's got players he can win now with, or at least he feels that way. And then Leon's got guys that he drafted that are being developed. So you got to have a medium. Okay? Happy medium. There you go. So now you have that working out in a perfect manner right now. Perfect storm is what's going on right now. And of course, Tibbs wanted Jalen Brunson and Leon wanted Jalen Brunson. That's why you have a problem with Emmanuel Quickly, because Quick is a starting NBA point guard. And he's got to decide, do I want to stay in New York or go somewhere else and start? And we can debate that. I don't know. I'm not in his head. But if I'm Leon, I'm offering him the extension as soon as I can. I'm talking to his agent about an extension as soon as I can. And I want to lock him down for 4 or 5 years and have Emmanuel Quickly on my team. No, RJ's not playing today. So I have Emmanuel Quickly on my team for the next 4 or 5 years. So that's what I really, so I'm trying to hope that happens. But that's where you're at right now. And so he's gonna get his money. He's gonna get paid, whether it's on the Knicks or somebody else. I'm saying I would give him about $18 million a year for 4 years on the Knicks. I would do the $72 million deal for Emmanuel Quickly, and I would go on with life if he accepts that. I would put that out there. Okay, I would put that out there. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with now. As far as this year in the NBA draft, again, please think about this. There's no rookie in this draft that's going to start next year for the Knicks. There's no rookie. Think about this now. There's no rookie in this draft. Wembanyama or Scoot, they're not starting for the Knicks next year. I'm just telling you. Let's be real. So forget getting a starter out of this year's draft. You're not doing it. You're going to get a guy that can be developed, but you're not getting a starter. Even Wembanyama, he's not starting. Okay? So what you have to decide is, if you are the Knicks, what you have to decide is, how can you leverage what you have versus what we need? Okay? How can you leverage what we have versus what we need? Now, in this particular draft, I haven't seen it. I haven't looked at it the way I should at this point. I'm going to, but I haven't been kind of occupied. But I'm going to look at this draft. I'm going to look at these players. But right now, from where I'm sitting right now, there's only two guys that I see, and that's Wembanyama and Scoot. And if the Knicks can possibly, and it's going to be a long shot for the Knicks to get either of these guys, because the Knicks won't draft that high. They're not going to draft that high this year. All right. They're not tanking. So some of y'all can get that out your little minds. And they're not going to be sorry. The Knicks are going to be in the playoff. So they're not going to draft that high. So the only way for them to get one of those. Quick did not start in his rookie year, Walter Velasquez. Please stop. He might have filled in a couple of times, but he's not a starter. RJ started, but Tom Thibodeau wasn't here when RJ was a rookie. You had Fizz goggles. Come on, anyway. So, what was I saying? So I was saying, what did you want from this draft? So can you package a bunch of guys and get Wembanyama? That's a possibility. I don't know if it will happen, but can you package a bunch of guys and get a Wembanyama or Scoot? And then what I would do with either one of those guys is I'm gonna let him sit. He might be in a rotation, but he's definitely not starting. But I want him to be developed over a 2-year period and then bring him in, after that. That's what we'd have to do. But or can you package these picks with a young player and a bigger contract and get a superstar? Okay. And I don't know what superstar is going to come available. Some of y'all like, okay, Keegan Murray. Oh, you mean a Keegan Murray type guy, brother Castillo? You mean, okay, maybe. But Keegan Murray, was he drafted 5th, right? Wasn't he drafted 5th this year? And that's a worthy pick. This cat could play. Okay. We kind of knew that. His twin brother's not that good, though. His twin brother's not him. This works out that way. One twin got the DNA to play in the NBA, the other one didn't. If I'm gonna, his twin brother's not as good as him, though. That's why Keegan came out this year and his twin brother didn't. His twin brother's not as good as him. Yeah, the Knicks are going to win. I'm telling you, 45 wins. I'm still sticking 45 wins minimum for the Knicks this year. 45 wins for the Knicks this year. I've been saying it all year. 45 wins minimum. I haven't changed at all. Okay. Cat too soft. No, thank you. He's too soft. Cat can put up stats, but when it comes time to play grinded out, half court, playoff basketball, he shrivel up. Okay. Shrivel up. He shrivel up. Okay. Yeah. No. Anyway, some of y'all get caught up in the latest fashion and just want to jump on it. What? Because Bobo's playing good now. All of a sudden we gotta go get him. Stop. Come on, man. Damn. And let me ask you, I take KP over Bobo. Give me KP, please. Wow. Now, see? So come on. So anyway. Don't get caught up in the latest fashion, Brad. Look at long term, please. Brandon Ingram. He'd be interesting. And I tell you what, Brandon Ingram can play basketball at a high level. But you'd have to trade Julius Randle to get Brandon. I probably would do that. I would probably do it. Because Brandon plays the 4, you see. I don't know. And the thing is, I don't want to mess around with Quentin Grimes in terms of his position. I don't want to be taken unless I'm getting, like I said, can you tell me, even with Brandon Ingram, are we going to the Eastern Conference Finals next year? That's what I mean, it's questionable. I can't say completely no, and I can't say completely yes. But if you gave me on this Knicks team, Joel Embiid or Joker, we're going to the Eastern Conference Final. See, that's what I'm talking about. You give me Bam Adebayo, we might get the Eastern Conference Final. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Even if Ingram plays the 3, then you're going to start RJ at the 2 and you're taking Grimes out the starting lineup. I don't want to do that. Then they're not sitting RJ, so let's not get off on fantasy. RJ is going to continue to start. Okay, so Grimes is the guy that would be out of the rotation as far as out of the starting lineup. I'm not doing that. I want Grimes to get as many minutes as RJ for the rest of his career. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. So you got to think about, okay, if we got Ingram, let's say we got Ingram and you're starting Randle, let's say Mitch Rob, Ingram, you're starting RJ at the 2 and you're starting Brunson. You got a good team. You got a really good team. But can we get to the Eastern Conference Finals with the team? And I'm not saying yes and I'm not saying no. I don't know. That's very questionable. And you probably have to give up Randle to get an Ingram. Okay. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Then you talk about a Dame Dollar. The risk with Dame is the same risk you're playing with a guy like DeRozan. The risk is they're on the wrong side of 30. And that can mean they're going to continue to play at that high level or they can drop off a cliff in one season. And we've had that happen to us too many times. I don't like to take that risk. Okay, that's just me. I'm not just because he's a great name and he's playing great and he's over 30. I am not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. Okay, so no. Okay, I'm not, don't just throw a name out there and he's been multiple time All-Star. We need to go get him. Ingram is in his late 20s right now. So I would definitely consider that. But it's very questionable. Like I said, there's certain sure things. You give me Joel Embiid at the 5, we can go to the Eastern Conference Finals next year. You give me Bam Adebayo, we can go to Eastern Conference Finals. You give me the Joker, we can go to Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, you give me Kevin Durant, we can go to Eastern Conference Finals next year. See, that's what I'm saying. You get there's certain players that if you get them, you're in the hunt. Like as soon as LeBron James, Cleveland Cavaliers sucked the year before they got LeBron James. I think they won 17 games, 20 games, whatever. When LeBron James got there, all of a sudden they were top 5 or whatever. They were talking playoffs in this rookie season. Then next year they started really winning. And then when LeBron left Miami to go back, remember he wrote the long letter and said, I'm going home, and he went back to Cleveland. All of a sudden, Cleveland was a top 3 contender in the East. And they end up winning the chip because that's the type of player he is. He's that type of guy that when you get a guy like that in his 20s, you're going to the Eastern Conference Finals and you might be going to the NBA Finals. That's what I'm saying. So when you're talking about players, that's what you got to think about. Because right now, the Knicks are on a trajectory to get to that level in about 3 seasons. They continue to develop these young guys. They're going to end up popping with somebody, and they're going to end up getting a star and going there. But if you're talking about next season, you got to say, okay, who's available? And of those available players, which we don't really know right now, of those available players, can we get to the ECF with that guy if we're giving up draft capital and we're giving up young talent? Can we get to the finals with this guy? That's what you got to decide. If it's marginal, you say no. You say no. Okay? No. If it's marginal, if it's somebody that's good but not doing that for us, like Cat, no. Zion, yes. You know what I'm saying? Zion Williamson, no doubt. No doubt. We don't have to discuss that. Okay? We don't have to discuss that. See? So you're talking about a Zion, you're talking about a Jason Tatum, possibly a Brown, on the Celtics, Jaylen Brown. Those type of guys will get you to that next level. A Devin Booker, that's the only guy I would sacrifice Grimes. That's the only guy in the NBA I would sacrifice Grimes' minutes for, Devin Booker. And you can see why it's obvious, right? So that's what I'm saying. You give me a guy like that. Don't talk to me about guys that are marginal and you just like them because they're playing good now, like Bobo. What? For what? Come on, man. No, we good until you give me that guy that gets us over the top. Otherwise, you just keep doing steady Eddie and you just keep developing until you get ready. You know what I'm saying? Steady Eddie until we ready. There you go. Steady Eddie until we ready. That's all I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. See, if one of them other cats wants to come over to the Knicks, yeah, RJ's only 22, man. He ain't gonna be 23 until June. You know, he's 22, and this is in his 4th season. That's what I'm saying. Look at RJ's 4-year career and look at Cam's. These are two different, you know what I'm saying? Cam is more talented, but he ain't RJ. He ain't do what RJ did. Talking about steady. You know, RJ has played 34 to 37 games this year. RJ's another Iron Man. Yeah. So at this particular draft coming up, we got to take a closer look at some of these guys. Then we got to decide, okay, if we can pick, and let's say we're picking 15th or 14th or whatever, can we move up? Is Wembanyama, can we sacrifice something to go get Wembanyama? Who we sacrificing? We know it's going to take picks, but who we sacrificing? Okay. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Is there a superstar that's unhappy? Is Joel Embiid wants to be out in Philly? Can we talk to Philly about that? I don't know. What about Bam? Is Bam unhappy in Miami? Does he want to come to New York? I don't know. I'm saying, you don't know. I doubt the Joker will leave Denver. He's like a king in Denver, the Joker. He's got 2 MVPs. He's going to be a legend in Denver. Denver is not like playing in New York for sure. So he's probably staying right where he is. The Joker's not available. But you see what I'm saying? But you just never know, So, yeah. So, I mean, I'm just saying, it's got to be somebody to help us reach the Eastern Conference Finals in their first year with New York. Kevin Durant would do it. Joel Embiid would do it. The Joker would do it. I feel Bam Adebayo would do that also. All of these guys, if you give them in New York and you keep the same crew around him that we have now, they could go to the ECF with one of those guys. And there's no doubt. Zion Williamson. Okay, yeah, Zion Williamson for sure. Somebody like that. But if you're just talking about, Jalen Green, or you're talking about Brandon Ingram, or you're talking about, really good players, but they're not going to get us. They're not worth, or Donovan Mitchell, they're not worth sacrificing all of our future for us to maybe get to the second round. You need somebody. Bam Adebayo? Why am I high on him? Seriously? Okay, let me talk to you. He's an all-NBA defender. He really can, he defends at a high level. Which means he's a rim protector. He runs the floor like a guard. He can handle the ball like a guard. Okay? He has a high IQ. He comes to play every night. He's very rarely hurt. Okay? That's why I go to Bam. And like I said, he runs the floor like a guard. That's worth his weight in gold. That's why I like Mitchell Robinson too. But Bam runs the floor like a guard. He rebounds his butt off. He's a rim protector. Cash Out James, you don't remember when they went to the finals against the Lakers? You don't remember that block he made? Come on, Cash Out James, baby. Come on. He never shows up. That's a bad Cash Out. I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna let you go with that because you know better than that. He never shows up in the playoffs. Stop it, man. Stop it. That's when he made his $96 million in the playoffs. Will I give up Robinson for Bam? I don't know. That's questionable. I don't know. See, I can't give you definitive answers to all this stuff because it's just an opinion. I don't know. I love Mitch Rob. Mitch Rob and Deuce are my guys. So I don't know. I don't know. But I would take Bam, man. I have no problem with getting Bam. Come on, baby. Bam could play ball. Bam could ball. Okay. So yeah. OG Anunoby, I have no idea why anybody thinks he will be in New York. He won't. And where is he going to play? Over RJ? What are you on? Is crack that strong in New York right now? Huh? Where is he going to play? I don't know is what I said, Austin. I didn't want to make a decision on that right now. Lewis Luck, thanks for the $5. Let's continue to develop our guys. Most of our starters and bench players are guys that Knicks drafted. That's right. Knicks have been decent. That's right. They've been drafted more than decent. They've been drafted excellent, is my concern, my thing. They're more than decent. The media will tell you it's decent, but I'm telling you this. They got Mitchell Robinson in the second round. Okay? They got Jericho Sims in the 58th pick. They got Quentin Grimes at the end of the first round. They've been drafted excellent. They got Manuel Quickly at the end of the first round. Come on, baby. Come on now. And I'm believing in Obi. I'm still all Obi team, baby. Obi's right after Mitch Robin Deuce. Obi's my guy. So I'm right there with Obi. And I ain't giving up on Obi. I still think he could be a very effective bench rotational piece. And I'm glad kind of that he's going to come in low now because we ain't got to worry about paying him max money. We ain't got to worry about him complaining about Julius being in front of him because he's been hurt now. I'm not worried about it. So we can get him cheap. Let's keep Obi. I'm not worried about Obi. All this draft, all this trade Obi is complete pile of dog dung and not even worth discussing. Not even worth a discussion. Maybe unless you like NBA 2K and fantasies. I'm not into fantasies. So I'm keeping Obi Toppin. Unless Obi wants to leave, which I don't think he does. Yeah, and OG and Obi, some of y'all, he's a solid player. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but what I'm telling you is he going to get us to the Eastern Conference Finals? Why are you discussing a guy that plays the same position as RJ Barrett, a little older, and he's not taking us to the finals, and you're going to have to pay him over $100 million? What is wrong with some of y'all? Anyway. So no, we don't want OG Anunoby. Now, if you want to talk about somebody from Toronto, you should be talking about Siakam. I mean, if you're going to talk about getting somebody from Toronto, it's Pascal Siakam. It's not OG Anunoby. Okay? It's Pascal Siakam. And he ain't going nowhere unless he wants to. Yeah, if you want to talk about Toronto, all this OG Anunoby bull crap, I don't know why y'all see somebody print something and then it gets a life of its own. OG Anunoby. So if you're talking about a Toronto guy, you're talking about Pascal Siakam. That's a guy that could take you to the next level. Y'all should know that from his recent outing. I mean, what you just saw at the Garden, he could do that anytime. Think. All right, let me just, my brother Castillo, do you know Julius Randle was third team All-NBA? Do you know that Siakam has been twice All-NBA? Twice? He's been All-NBA 2 times. Pascal Siakam. You don't get All-NBA with being inconsistent. Okay, you don't. I'm just saying. He's All-NBA twice. It's game time decision, Mr. Toes. At this point, game time decision. So we don't know. I kind of hope he sits, to be honest with you. I'll tell you why I hope Brunson sits today. I get the feeling, okay, Brunson has played and started in 34 games for the New York Knicks this year. And while I still feel he's still figuring out his leadership role, getting used to it, he got his toe wet enough to know what he's going to be needing to be. And so now when you see him, I'm thinking if he rests enough so that he comes back fully healthy, like his ankle's not hurting, his arm is not hurting, his hip is not hurting, he comes back fully healthy, the NBA is going to have a problem. And so if he sits tonight and it means he comes back against the next game, what is the next game they play? Is it Milwaukee? They play, who's the next game? Toronto? No, they play San Antonio. Yes. If he comes back Wednesday night and he's fully healthy against San Antonio, they're going to have a problem. So I'd rather almost have him sit and make sure he's fully ready to go. Because one thing you know about Jalen Brunson, he plays every game like it's his last game. Very few players I see do that. But Allen Iverson used to be like that. And Jalen Brunson is like that. He plays every single game like it's the last game of his life he's going to play. Okay? He really does. So I want him to be fully healthy when he comes back. And I'm thinking that he wants to make sure he's fully healthy when he comes back. And so I'm thinking maybe Wednesday against San Antonio. Now, if he comes back today, it just means that he's ready to go. And I like that. Right now, they don't have the Suns don't have Devin Booker. They don't have Cameron Johnson today. They list Larry Shamet as probable, and they list who else was probable? There's another guy. Larry Shamet was probable. And who else? It was Larry Shamet and Cameron Payne is probable. Cameron Payne and Larry Shamet are probable. Other than that, they still have Chris Paul. They'll probably start Shamet at the 2 because Booker's out. They start Torrey Craig. Let me see. They started. They started OG. What's his name? Josh Okogie. They're going to start. They may start Okogie or Shamet with Craig, Bridges, and Ayton. They got a defensive oriented unit out there. So, Brunson, I believe, is a championship caliber point guard, and he's won championships at every level he's played. I wouldn't bet against him in the NBA. I would not bet against him. He's got that type of DNA. He's a winner. And so Brunson is a winner. So I'm thinking if Brunson plays today, to me, it means he's fully ready to go, which is really good. But if he hits today, I wouldn't be surprised. And we come back and they play, they come back and play Wednesday night. And I think he'll probably start there. I think he'll probably start Wednesday night if he doesn't play today. It's a game time decision, which means if it's a game time decision, I really hope he sits because that means he's still sore. I want them to be able to announce Brunson will play. That would be complete health. We're ready to go. It's already started, Robert Sims, December 15th. It started December 15th, and it goes all the way to February something. So the trade season is now here. And so a lot of teams are going to, believe me, there's a lot of talk going on right now. A lot of talk. Yes. So Cash Out James asked me, would I trade Jalen Brunson for LaMelo Ball? Yes, I would. And he's probably the only guy in the NBA I trade Brunson for. Everybody gets traded for somebody, right? There's one guy, like I would trade RJ for Kevin Durant right now. You know what I'm saying? There's a guy out there that you would trade. I love Mitchell Robinson, but if you're telling me Joel Embiid's coming to the Knicks, I'm trading my boy, Rich Rob. If you're telling me Joker wants to come here, I'm trading Mitch Rob. Bam, like I said, I don't know. But because I believe we can go to Eastern Conference Finals with Mitchell Robinson. That's all. That's why I'm saying to you, I believe we can. Okay, he's a piece that can help us get there. So that's why I'm just debating that. But with Embiid, there's no doubt. I'm not doubting at all. RJ for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I love SGA. He's an MVP top player, but I like my guy RJ. We drafted him. I'm keeping it. But if you say Kevin Durant, okay, we make that deal. I might even make it if Kawhi Leonard's healthy. I'll make that deal if Kawhi Leonard's healthy, if he's healthy. But I'm not sure about him. See, but that's what I'm talking about. You're talking about guys that's won finals, that can get you to the finals, that know what it takes, that kind of stuff. So you're never bringing JB off the bench, ever. He's starting for his whole 4 years here at the Knicks. So either you're going to trade him or you're going to start him. So no, you're never going to start IQ. He's never starting here. Okay, he's not. That's the whole point. You're not doing that. You didn't go and sign him. You didn't go and give up second-round picks and tampering for him for you to start Emmanuel quickly. So don't get silly. He's starting permanently for the Knicks. He's got the keys. They're not looking back. Unless a LaMelo Ball comes available. That's a whole different game right there. I'd give up anybody on the Knicks for Luka Doncic. Anybody. You can name the package they were talking about for Donovan Mitchell, that's a Luka package. You understand? The package they were talking about for Donovan Mitchell, which I wouldn't do, that's a Luka type package. Oh, yes, I would do it for Luka Doncic. Yes, I would. In my view, Luka Doncic is a basketball savant. They don't come around very often. Period. You don't get guys like that in the NBA a lot. Period. I would for Luka Doncic in his 20s. Hell yeah. Anything, please. That guy is a basketball genius. And what I mean by that, I'm watching him, right? I watch him play, and I guess maybe just me, but he's seeing the play well before it develops on both sides. That's hard, brethren. He's seeing the play in front of him. He knows where everybody's going to be, and he knows where he wants to go. You know what I mean? He's a basketball genius, man. So, period. I would trade Luka for. There's nobody on the Knicks I wouldn't. No 2 or 3 guys I wouldn't give up for Luka Doncic. No question about that. I would definitely. he's one of those guys. Okay, there's not that many of them. Not that many of them. I wouldn't do that for SGA. I would do it for Luka though. Let me tell you, I'm going to be honest. Some of y'all are going to think crazy. If you switch places, you put Luka Doncic on Oklahoma City, they're a playoff team. You hear me? You put Luka Doncic as the starting point guard for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and you put the Australian boy next to him, and you give him that same team, they're going to the playoffs. Okay? I'm telling you. Okay? That's how this cat is. And that's no slight on SGA. That's just telling you how great a talent Luka Doncic is. That's all I'm saying. Luka Doncic is a basketball savant. Y'all should enjoy while you're watching him. I watch him in awe. I'm watching him against the Knicks, and I was like, Dad. I mean, I'm watching him watch the play develop and seeing it. I'm watching him see who the Knicks are subbing in and knowing what he's going to do against it. It's amazing, man. I hate playing against him, man. Dad. Okay, but yeah, this cat is trouble, man. So yeah, nah. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm just saying. There's certain guys I would give up a lot for. Luka's one of those guys. He's, to me, probably the most because he's in his 20s. Like Kevin Durant is 30-something, but still at 30-something, Kevin Durant gets you to the finals. Okay, even at 30-something years old, he's unstoppable. He's a talent, man. He's that type of talent. There's some guys like that. Who said we? Okay, I don't even want to talk about it. Anyway, so. Yeah, Luka is a guy I would give up the farm for, no doubt. That Donovan Mitchell package would be going to Dallas if Luka was available. Okay. The Donovan Mitchell package would be going to Dallas if Luka was available. You'd be talking about RJ, OB, what you want, IQ, I'll give you all of them. How many picks? 5? Okay, 5. There you go. Give us Luka. And Dallas ain't doing that. I'm going to tell you right now, if the Knicks offered all that for Luka Doncic, Dallas wouldn't do it. And I wouldn't either. Shh. If you walked in my office and I'm the Dallas owner, Mark Cuban, you walk in my office, I say, oh, you trying to get fired today? That's what I would say. Oh, you trying to get fired today? Did you just mention Luka Doncic would trade? Are you trying to get fired today? I don't care what the package is. No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not happening. Shoot. Now, if Doncic's agent walked into Mark's office and said, my client wants out in Dallas, now you got a problem. You got to talk about something, right? But, yeah. Randle's not getting traded. Get over that fantasy. He's not getting traded. Stop. Okay. We might like it. And Tibbs is going to, let me give y'all some reality. Are you ready? Please swallow this reality. It's good for y'all. Tom Thibodeau is going to coach out his 5-year contract with the Knicks. He's not going to be fired before his 5 years is up. This is year 3. He's going to be coaching the Knicks for 2 more full seasons. Okay. Maybe after that, they change, but he's not going anywhere. Okay. Tom Thibodeau is your New York Knicks coach. Rejoice in that because we haven't had a coach go more than 3 years with the Knicks in 20 years. Some of y'all don't understand. We are too young to remember that. I'm tired of the coaching carousel. Keep Tibbs. Okay. Keep him. Keep him. Okay. And so he's going to play out. He's going to coach out his 5-year contract. All the fire Tibbs crap, y'all yelling at a brick wall. The Knicks are not listening, and I'm glad they're not listening. They're going to keep the Thibodeau, and they're going to continue to play with him. That's it. Okay? Stop it. Okay? And as long as he is a win-now coach, he's always going to cut and grind and fight until his team gets 500 no matter who. So, whatever. Stop. I'm giving you some reality. Stop tripping. They're not firing Thibodeau. I don't care what some of these networks or whoever is talking, whatever. They're not firing. Okay? He's here. And so that's the reality. You could argue with me all you want. No, they got to fire him. Okay, but I don't care because I'm knowing in my mind they're keeping him. So that's what I'm saying. I guess it's just me. I can't waste time and energy arguing about something I know is not going to happen. Okay, just because you want it doesn't mean they need to do it. And the second thing is doesn't mean they even care about what you think. And in this case, both of those things are the same. They don't care. As long as Leon is the president of basketball operations, Tom Thibodeau is the coach. This is his 3rd season. The Knicks will probably be top 6 in the East. He's not going anywhere. Okay, they're going to let him develop these kids to the fullest extent. They may move on from him after that because he'll be like almost 70 years old, on the other half of 65, 66, whatever. So he may not be into that grind no more. But he's not going nowhere. Okay, so forget that. And Randle, as far as this season, I don't think he's going anywhere. The summer, all kind of things could happen in the summer. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I say I'm watching KP. I don't know. We're going to see what happens because I don't know. Okay, Randle could stay here for his contract. I don't know. Dude is playing all NBA basketball right now. Okay. But the thing is that what's really helping Randle is two things. To me, the best thing that's helping Randle is Brunson. Brunson's presence has helped Julius Randle become a better basketball player. Okay. The development of the kids around Randle. Randle is also trusting Deuce McBride. He's also trusting Quentin Grimes. He's also trusting Mitchell Robinson. He learns, now he knows these guys he can play with. So that's helping his game. Okay. RJ Barrett's development helps Julius's game, although I feel like they don't play as well together as they would be separately. I feel like RJ would go to a new level if he wasn't sharing the court with Julius, but that's all right. That's what it is. Okay. I don't know, K New York T. I don't know because it's a game time decision. So, all right, put it this way. With regard to Brunson today, if the Knicks had come out and said Brunson is available today, like if he was playing today, I would feel more confident. For them to say he's questionable means he's still sore. I'd rather him sit and play against San Antonio Wednesday night and definitely against Milwaukee. I think they're playing Friday night. Oh, Saturday night. But yeah, but I would sit if he's still sore, sit him. But they listed him as questionable. So that means he's going to decide that tip-off whether he's playing or not. I hope he sits. I really hope he sits and comes back strong against San Antonio, and plays. Yeah, really hope he sits and comes back strong because once he knows what it takes to be the leader in New York, to be the point guard with the keys in New York. If he could get healthy and come back strong, and this is the thing, if he can get good, like a good 90% of himself and come back strong Wednesday night, because remember now, we're in January, so you're going to have the All-Star break in February. That's another week off. So you get that, and so you get the All-Star break, so you can come back strong, run, because they got 15 games in January, the Knicks. They got 15 games in January. They're going to have a lot of games in January. They got 15 games, so Brunson's got to be, top notch, ready to go. And I believe he will be. And then he'll get another week off in February where they got to run that home stretch down coming from end of February through April. Okay. Yeah, Brunson owns feet. That's why I think he's probably thinking about playing because he got that number. He got that number. So I don't know. We have to see. Winston, I hear you. I'm not going to say that. I see. That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all got this Tibbs hate so strong. You're betting against your own team. Even if I dislike Tibbs, I still hope they win a championship in the next 2 years. I don't care. And I'm not trying to be a prophet and say, no, you're not going to win as long as you have Tibbs. He's coaching for his 5-year contract, and I hope the Knicks win while he's coaching, period. And I like the fact that we have a group of kids that have come up in his system that he now trusts. Okay. We got some other issues. We got to see if we can figure out a way to keep Emmanuel quickly on our team and move forward with him. That's a big issue to me. We got to really try to lock him up. This week, it's hard because the problem this week, he's asking about this week's record. The problem with this week is we got home at Phoenix, home at San Antonio. That's 2 tough games, man, because we're at home. If the Knicks win today, I think we'll beat San Antonio Wednesday. Friday at Toronto. It's not at the Madison Square Garden. So we have a shot to beat Toronto this time. Yeah. So, and maybe RJ returns against Toronto. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to be conservative. They go 2-1 this week. Is that okay? I'm going to say the Knicks are going to go 2-1 this week. I'm going to say they're going to go 2-1. They got Phoenix at home, San Antonio at home, and they're at Toronto. I'm going to take a 2-1 approach. So at the end of the week, I'm expecting 21-19. 21-19. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 this week for the Knicks. 21-19 at the end of the week. That's what I'm thinking. 21-19. They're only playing 3 games, right? They're playing 3 games only this week. K and New York T. They only playing 3 games. So yeah, they're playing Phoenix, San Antonio, and at Toronto on Friday night. Yeah, so I'm going 2-1 on this week. Sunday, I don't know. We'll have to see what they look like at the end of this week. But Sunday, no, they play actually after Friday. They get a weekend off, and they're at home against Milwaukee. Ooh, I don't know. All right, we got to see what happens. But let's see what happens this week as they develop. What happens when RJ comes back? I'm thinking RJ is back Friday at Toronto. He's going to be playing in Canada. You know, I think he'll be back against that. He's going to want to come out like gangbusters. Yeah. So I'm thinking, you know, he want to come back then. If we can get RJ back, then he's going to come back with a vengeance. He's been doing a lot of running. They said cardio stuff. So I think he's going to come back against Toronto. He's going to come back to show that he is RJ from Canada and he is the Maple Mamba, which he is. So we're going to see. Yeah. So I like it. I'm expecting Brunson to be here for the San Antonio game. I'm expecting him to be here. Yeah. The Friday night Knicks, I think they got to change the music. I don't like it anyway, and they got to change it. So you can't change the team right now. So you got to change the music, please. Give me something. Give me J. Cole. Give me Ja Rule. Give me something. Give me something. Throw it. You know, give me some old DMX. Give me something. You know, on Friday. That's something. Give me something, man. Shoot. I like J Boogie. But I could think of some guys, as far as music now, I could think of some guys I would prefer to have, you know, like I would take Ja Rule. You tell me, let me ask you something, Cash Out. Would you take Ja Rule or J Boogie? If they were going to say, I'm going to play one of Ja Rule's joints, like, I'm just asking. What would you do? I'm asking if you had to take J Boogie to write your music for Friday Night Knicks, or you're going to take, let's say, I'm from New York, Ja Rule. I'm from New York. What would you take? That's all I'm saying. What would you? Yeah, see, you see now. You see what I'm saying? Now you see what I'm saying? Or how about DMX? Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here? How about? Can you imagine that for Friday Night? That's all I'm saying. Party up in here in the garden. That yeah, something like that. That's right. So Angel, you take your okay. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I like J Boogie. He's a supporter of the Knicks, big time. But or if you're gonna bring if you take because in Ja Rule's New York, you got Ja Rule in there, plus you got my man Suicide. What's his name? What's that guy? Oh God. Fat Joe. Fat Joe's in there. Fat Joe's in there too. So you're getting both of them cats in there. Yeah, you're getting both of them cats. Yeah. That's right. The dog one. That's what I'm saying. There's some dudes. I would do DMX. I would do Ja Rule. Shoot, man. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Jada Kid. Yeah. I'm saying there's some guys I would do that has some music that's already out. They just have to pay them their money. New York State of Mind with Nas. I don't know about that one. I mean, I don't know. That's a little. I don't know. I like Nas, but I'm saying I don't know. They would never do KRS-One. They would never do that. They would never do KRS-One. It would be nice though. Dolan would do it. Yeah. Or something from Biggie. Nah, Biggie's a Brooklyn, so they be kind of owning Biggie for the Knicks, so we can't really do Biggie. But right, son, you're that's how I'm feeling about it. It's a dope song, but I wouldn't put it for Friday Night Knicks. That's exactly right. Yeah, Onyx. Oh, see, Jose, see that one right there. Oh, yeah, Onyx, Slam. Now they couldn't do DOT, right? They'd be talking about hacking, doing cars and stuff. No, they couldn't do that. That would be I'd like that, but J. Cruz, you know they ain't gonna do that. But they could do J. Cole, they could do Jada Kiss, they could do Ja Rule, they could do Fat Joe, they could do. There's a lot of dudes. They could do DMX, they could do Onyx. There's a lot of dudes. Prodigy, I can do Prodigy, man. I think they would do my song too. Only the Strong Survive. I think they would do that. I've heard them playing that at timeouts in New York. I've heard them playing that at timeout. Big L. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Big L, man. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but they wouldn't do Annie Up because that talks about carjacking. Now, maybe they can clean it up. I don't know. But Annie Up talks about carjacking. You know, get up out of that 740, shorty. Take it all off. So they probably wouldn't do that. I don't think they would. But DMX, that dog one, that one, yeah. This is how dogs are, something like that. Yeah. That's right. With the 20 inches outside. They'd have to clean that one up big time, man. They have to clean that one up big time. But all the way up. Yeah, I mean, that's a little softer. They could do that. But I like some of these other ones. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm not hating on J Boogie. I'm not hating on J Boogie. If he was to get in there, I'd be rooting for him for sure. But I'm just saying, if you asking me, and we got a choice of DMX or Ja Rule or Prodigy, or one of them cats, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. You know, I'm just saying, I'm gonna do that. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna do that. You know, or Mobb Deep, or something like that. Yeah, man. I mean, shoot. And that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for the headline. See, I'm probably gonna put it out first. So I ain't even gonna say it. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put a headline. I'm waiting for a certain Knicks player to go off in a win, and I'm gonna put a headline on one of my videos. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Y'all know they be copying me, right? Y'all. I mean, I'm not. Y'all know they be copying. They be stealing my stuff and copying it, and I don't care because I'll be like, okay, you stealing that? I got a lot of more, right? So let's do it. Go ahead, do it. But I'm gonna wait. There's a certain player when he goes off, I'm gonna put something out, and y'all gonna say, "Oh shoot!" And people gonna copy it. It's all good though. Yeah, Jada Kiss, Prodigy, DMX. I take Ja Rule. I like that New York song for this one, especially since Fat Joe is in it. I like the New York song for this. And don't even talk about like what's that dude that died, man? This dude was a lyrical genius. The heavy dude that died, the big dude. He used to be with Fat Joe all the time. What's that guy's name? Damn, I'm getting old. What's that guy's name? Y'all know Big Pun. Oh yes, Big Pun. Don't even talk to me, man. Big Pun. Yeah, Big Pun. Big Pun. Yeah. Oh man. That's what I'm saying. See, there's too many dudes that when you think about it, you be like, oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. Why they got this dude on Friday Night Knicks that they got now? I'm like, come on, y'all. And it ain't working. We losing. So change the music. Because somebody, one of y'all with the inside track, go call Dolan. Say, bro, could we just think about some new music? Can we think about some new music? Yeah, retire that song, man. We lose, man. We lose Friday night. Friday night, Nick, MSG. I mean, like, I'm already, I gotta get there. Like, come on, man. What you gotta do is take your banjo and get the hell out of here. You gotta get the hell out of here with that banjo, man. I was saying you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell out of here. Oh God. Oh man. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all. But let's do something with the music, especially since we losing, right? It ain't like we winning. We losing. Give me something else. Okay, try something else. Shoot. I like Raheem, you know. Raheem is bad, is a bad boy, you know, but um we'll see. But there's a lot of dudes out there. There's a lot of dudes out there, man. I just want to just do something, change it. Maybe we win, you know, maybe we become a winning team on Friday night, you know. So we'll see. I mean, I hope they change it. I'm sure. And listen, I'm not the only one to notice that they lose a lot on Friday night, Knicks, right? I mean, y'all know that, right? I'm sure I'm not the only one. And I'm sure, so there really is not much you could do. You're not going to change the team on Friday night. So you could change the music, though. And so hopefully they come out. Maybe they're under contract with this dude to go through a certain number of seasons or whatever. Maybe they got a contract with that band that they got to pay anyway. But when that contract is up, wish them brothers well, and let's get somebody else in here. Right? Let's get somebody else. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to go see my pops. Make sure they're treating him right. Hopefully he can get released today. We'll be back. I might be on with Jay Ellis today. I don't know what he's doing, so I got to check with him. But let's go for the Knicks win today. I'm going to pull for the Knicks to win in a close game today at Madison Square Garden. Julius Randle going off. Quentin Grimes going off. Putting lockdown defense, I'm hoping they can keep Phoenix to under 35% from the three-point line. That would be key. Keeping the ball control going. Mitch Rob dominating the boards today. Let's do this thing. Let's get this W. Enjoy, y'all. Happy New Year. Shalom.